All right. Here we go. Collecting Addiction Veteran is back. Episode 2. The last time I said I was going to do some 90 tops, but I've changed things up. I'm actually going to do this pro set I had mentioned in the last video. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. Speed things up. I don't know, I kind of think my last video might have taken a little bit too long. So we're just going to get right after it and get into this. I've still got a couple boxes of 90s top. I think I got a third one coming. I'm going to be chasing that Frank Thomas. So I'll get to that 90s top. I may actually do a different video between then. You know, some other kind of discussion or something like that. I don't want it just to be all about ball cards as much as I'd love it to be. We're going to discuss all kinds of things. So, and like I said, you know, the collecting addiction veteran, you know, I'm a veteran in the ways of collecting. Been collected my whole life, in case you didn't catch the first episode. And the other part of it is I am a veteran. Served in the military, had a long, glorious career, and then separated and been doing a lot of other stuff. But one thing that's always been a constant in my life is the collecting. Just collecting and feeding this addiction. So here we go. We are going to get right after it. So I had started this. I'd already opened one pack and then realized I had a little technical difficulty. So I had to start over. So I've already got one pack that I have opened, and that's what this is going to be. Now these things here, so you guys remember these old Pro Set playbooks. Open these puppies up and you scratch these off to get a chance to win to go to the Super Bowl. And man, I scratched the living crap out of these things, you know, and my parents would get so mad because I'd be scratching them all over the couch or all over wherever the heck I was sitting. They'd be like, hey, getting that shit all over the couch, blah, blah. They're like, I don't give a damn, I gotta go to the Super Bowl. As you're gonna guess, I never did win, so I never did go. But anyway, I'm going to be scratching these off later, just for the hell of it. You never know. Nowadays, they've got those QR codes that you just quickly scan and click the link and tells you right away whether you're a winner or a loser. And of course, nowadays, everybody's a winner. And I'm going to keep scanning those. Hopefully, you know, they got the ones for the kids and get my boy to go. He just love it. I watched one a few years ago. It's probably 5 years ago. And the kid that went was just super awesome. And he got to talk to Tom Brady. And the kid was just legit. And he was only, gosh, he's probably like 7, 8 maybe or whatever. He was just a really legit 8-year-old. So anyway, to the first pack that I opened, got the old Norm Johnson. Heck yeah. Lewis Billups. Tim McDonald, Fred. We're just going to roll through some of these. See what we got. Now, I'll tell you, I already know there ain't shit in this one because I've already looked at it. That old Gary Anderson. That's not too bad. I always like Gary Anderson. Charles Haley. Not too bad, not too bad. Now again, we know there's a ton of these out there. Doesn't matter to me. Does not matter to me. I was watching a guy. Whoops. Don't want that one over there. Another guy's channel. I watch a lot of other people's channels. Tim McGee. And he was ripping the old Super Bowl. He was ripping some 2022. What the heck was it? Absolute hobby box where it was like $550 a box. And I was reading some of the comments, and I touched base on this on the last episode. But the reason I'm doing this channel is for that exact reason that they brought up in that guy's channel, is that some of these boxes that people are buying and ripping or whatever, they're just gotten so expensive. I mean, it's not. For me, it takes away from the point of the hobby. Like when you was a kid, for me, when I was a kid, my dad brought me my first pack home when I was just tiny. And, we opened it together, and it was awesome. And from that moment forth, I was hooked. Whoops. Holy crap, about spilt the whole can of beans right there. Damn. Super Bowl card. I'm going to separate those puppies. Double Redskins. That's when football was football before they become the Commanders, so we could call them the Redskins. And everybody was okay with it. Good old days, good old days. Another Gary Anderson. So, anyway, like I said, I was hooked, and I would save up money, birthday money, just go buy a pack of cards. Take this thing out of the back here. It's a little playbook. And of course, Dad would bring me home some packs every now and again. And then I had one uncle, and he would buy me boxes, a complete box every year for Christmas, sometimes 2 boxes. And honestly, we didn't have a lot in life growing up. We had each other, had family. We worked a farm, and it was all good. So, you just, any little thing just meant the world to me. But loved cards. And so Morton Anderson, and I've, got to see the hobby progress a lot just in the last, 5 years for that matter, from the prices of things have just gotten ridiculous. And of course people, they badger us for buying that retail. But when you're trying to get cards to open with your kid, well, it don't matter. You know what? Buy the $20 box. Buy the $27 box. Buy the $40 box. If you can afford it, buy 5 of them. And rip them puppies open. Buy what you can afford and enjoy every second of it and every single card that comes out. Because what kind of chaps my ass even is that, some of these companies, they'll charge you $550 for a box, and you still don't get shit out of it. You don't get nothing. Yeah, you maybe get like 5 decent cards, but you'll never recoup your money. And in my opinion, when you pay $500 for a box of cards, you're not a collector in a sense anymore. It's just buying because you enjoy it. You're buying because you're hoping to turn a profit. You're back into that business side of things. And again, that's totally fine. Gosh, I got 3 of these Redskins. What the crap? And the Dolphins. Got to change it up here a second. Looks like, oh, there we go. Fred Moran. So, with Dan Marino, love it. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. A little off center, but gosh, that thing is crisp otherwise. Heck yes. A little off center. That's all right. That's okay. Let's leave that puppy up real quick before we get carried away. So, that's why I love buying all these boxes. Older boxes, you can still get really good deals on some of these older boxes. And I buy a lot of retail just because it's cheaper anyway. And shoot, it's just as much fun. Because again, it's not a business for me. If it's not a business for you, then buy that retail stuff. Buy the shit out of it. Just buy and rip it. And enjoy it. Because, at the end of the day, kids don't care. They don't care if you got, 2 autos out of a National Treasure box, or 5, 6 autos, whatever, or, 5 hollows and parallels. So yeah, all that stuff's cool. But heck, you're better off buying the retail, ripping to have fun, and then buying those cards individually. Go buy them. Go to your hobby shops, card shops, or go online, eBay, all that stuff, and just seek those cards out and buy them. Card shows, old Jim McMahon, and and then give them that away. And I feel like you come out ahead money-wise in the long run. You know, you just got to get a good deal, seek out the good deals, and if you are in it for a business, seek out the good deals here and there, and then turn them for a profit. But as far as buying those $550 boxes, shit, I just don't see. That's not the hobby I fell in love with. Jimmy Johnson, love this card. I feel like it's got pretty good centering. It's off a little bit, but it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I did not have this one. I'm stoked, super stoked that I got this. You know, I'm trying to bring awareness with this channel as let's not forget the roots of the hobby. You know, trading cards with your friends. That's how we used to do it. I went over to my buddy's house. Matter of fact, I had a buddy that liked Dan Marino. I was a Joe Montana fan. You know, it seemed to never fail. He'd pull a Joe Montana, I'd pull a Dan Marino, and we'd trade. I wish I could just pull the Montanas myself, but, you know, it all worked out. We traded. We swapped. He got what he wanted, I got what I wanted. You know, that was before the days of having to go and buy it. You just, and sure, there's some people that still do that. I go to a little hobby shop, card shop, and once a month, so a bunch of guys get around, we do a little bit of trading, this and that, but I don't know, sometimes they bring some just oddball shit in there. And then there's some of those guys, they show up and they're like, you know, I got this, this, and this, and I can tell immediately there it's a business to them. It's not, hey, let's trade because you got the Joe Montana I want, and I've got the Dan Marino you want. So I don't know. I miss the good old days in this hobby. I really do. And so I'm hoping we can bring some of that back. Steve Young, love it. Off center, don't care. Love the card. I mean, I'm telling you, love this stuff. Love this stuff. I mean, I could just sit here and rip packs for freaking days. Days. Just like, you know, the whole pandemic, there was card shortages, this and that. That is one thing that aggravated the shit out of me. And if any of you guys ever log into my channel and you're one of these, you know, God help you, because I sure as hell can't. You're kind of a douche canoe, but basically what it comes down to is the ones that would wait around 6 a.m. on a Friday at Walmart or whatever, and go buy every stinking box of card they got on the shelf from as the vendors putting them up there, and then break them, resell them. You know how many times, like, I would go in and there was nothing. I read comment after comment after comment of the same thing happening to the guys. They're like, man, I just want some damn packs to rip with my boy, you know, or my kid, you know, son or daughter, whatever it may be. I'm going to set this one aside. There's a reason I'm setting this one aside, and I'm going to get to that reason a little later. This here is a personal, weird little collecting hobby of mine, aside from all this other collecting that I'm already doing. So I go in there and you could get no boxes, you know, just frustrating. Like they're just taking it, you know, too far. And I know a lot of them guys, not all of them, but they're sitting on tons and tons of inventory, didn't sell it, can't sell it now, overpaid for it, you know, and now they're just eating it. So, you know, it goes around, comes around sometimes. You know, I'm nothing against a guy trying to make a buck, but you know, when you're taking something away from the kids, I mean, I'm out on you. You know, don't do that to the kids. Don't take that away from them. They just wanted to buy packs and rip and open them. I mean, horror story after horror story. We had a Rod Woodson off center. That's okay. You know, this is something too that's always been funny to me. You got this Jerry Ball, really a nobody. You know, he's still better than me, made it to the NFL. But no big name or whatever. But his card is perfectly centered. I mean, a beautiful card on just nobody. And you got a Rod Woodson, and that shit's all off center. Like, come on. Why couldn't you? It's like they do that stuff intentional. They're like, we're going to cut one good center one of this good guy out of 10,000. You know, of course, we'll cut all 10,000 of Jerry Ball's card perfectly. Come on. What the shit are you doing to us? Neil freaking Smith. Heck yes. Now I've had this card, or have this card, but I don't have it as beautiful as this. I don't feel like Neil Smith gets mentioned enough. I really don't. Between him and Derek Thomas back in the day, I mean, they were just like Murderous Row to baseball, but to football. I mean, they just destroyed QBs and offensive lines. Love these guys. Two class acts, I feel like. And of course, DT unfortunately met his demise way too early. But yeah, Neil Smith, beautiful card. Man, I am stoked about that Neil Smith. Gosh dang, Nate Newton. That's a good card too. Love these colors. Love the dang colors, man. You know, again, I don't care if there's 10 million of this one card out there. This card right here is mine. You know, that's like the, you know, there are many rifles, but this one is mine. There's many rifles like this one, but this one is mine. Just like this card. This one is mine. Man, it's good shit right there. Good stuff. Oh, Tommy Kramer again. Get him over there. Another booklet. So it really takes away from the hobby when they were doing that. Now I've seen a lot of that cease to exist now. You know, actually, I think a lot of guys have learned their lesson on some of that stuff. I'm not sure where some of these breakers are getting their stuff to break, because it don't seem to be the Walmart shelves no more. But in my travels, because like I said, I travel quite a bit, I had 3 Walmarts that seemed to just go unscathed. No, it's like nobody ever hit them but me, and I would never buy them all out. I would, no matter where I'm at, even if I know I'm like the only one buying them, I always left boxes. You know, maybe I'd buy 3 or 4, you know, whatever Walmart would let me buy at the time. You know, if there were 6, I'd buy 3, leave 3, you know, for somebody else. Or I might just buy 2 if there was just 6, leave 4 for somebody else. Because I feel like there's always plenty to go around. So it's been a crazy turn of events in the last several years for this hobby. A lot of things have changed in just the last couple of years. But this hobby, man, just like this country, I've seen things in this hobby recently I thought I would never see. It's like this country being a third world country sometimes, when I've been in actual third world countries. Bill Parcells, love that one. Now, my God, that is a good centered card right there. Hell yeah. Love it. Randall McDaniel. Love the guy. Love the guy. Forced to be reckoned with back in the day. Man. Nice card. Sleeve all those puppies up. Sleeve them. Put that in a sleeve. You know, another thing I like going back and looking at is some of their, you know, their equipment back in the day compared to what we got now. Just the evolution through the years. You know, these cards do more than just, you know, seek out good players, our favorite players. They, hell, they tell a story, man. They tell a story. You know, from some of my 1950s, 52 actually, to present. You know, you look at them and they tell a story. See, I'm putting some of these other cards aside here, and I'll get to that later. I know you're like, who the heck is that guy? Why am I putting him over there? Well, we'll get to that. Old Mike Shanahan. I've got several of him. This card, you know, that seems to be just trimmed a little. Man, it seems to be cut. I don't like getting my fingerprints on there, but it just seems to be cut. The other day, Leslie O'Neal, now that one's way off, you know, like they threw a dart at that one. Got that one like they were throwing a damn dart. Son of a barn. I'd sent a couple cards in to get graded, and one came back ungraded, and they had said it was trimmed. And I'll tell you right now, I can't stand people that trim cards. Cannot. Like, again, it goes back to that business mindset. Man, some of these, I just don't want to damage them cards, but extra careful, extra careful. You know, they trim it because they're scamming your ass, trying to make a buck. A card is what a card is, the way I see it. I pulled a lot of cards, and sometimes you get one, and it's the one card you're looking for, and that gosh dang corner got dinged bigger than shit. And you're like, well, god dang. Like the one and only card I needed to be nice out of this entire box got all jacked up. And you're like, what the heck? Nice. I did not have this one. Oh yeah, that's cool. I got her now. But anyway, so I sent some in for grading. I'm going to get to graded cards later. Like this here, this Marcus Allen. Love this card, but I can tell you, this corner is just, it's a winger. Boop. It's a little winger. It's off center. Put him to the side there. Still a good card. I got plenty of him, but like this pack here, they're all going to be a little bit of a, they all got a little winged on this pack. But anyway, I sent in, they came back with the whole trimming thing. And so one, I can't stand people that trim cards. Two, I wouldn't know how to trim a card to save my damn life. Not well enough to, I don't know, make it any better than it already was. That's for damn sure. Probably not a steady enough hands. But I pulled the card, just like I'm pulling all these cards. It wasn't one I bought. And they said it was trimmed. They wouldn't grade it. I'm like, well, that's fine. You know, I haven't bothered to resubmit it somewhere else. Blah, blah, blah. But John Bosa. And, yeah, see that thing there? See it? And I feel like from the factory, and that's kind of what I think happened to this other one, some of these get cut just ever so smaller than the other ones. When that card grading company, you know, they were doing their job, and they thought it was trimmed. But another thing, it was a card that really wouldn't have any benefit if it had been trimmed. You know, it just it won't. It was a card I was grading because I'm, you know, PC. Like I said, I don't sell cards. So the card really just didn't have any, and it wasn't going to have that much intrinsic value to have somebody trim it for no, you know, for sure. So I feel like they could have went ahead and graded it, because any grader would be like, oh yeah, I mean, this card's not worth enough for somebody to take the time to trim it. So, but is what it is. They didn't grade it. I have 5 of the same particular card. I measured them all. They all measured the same. So in that case, I don't feel like, you know, it's like some of these other ones where they've been cut just a little bit smaller. Well, they're just killing me with all this Redskin Dolphin stuff. But, you know, that was the year, I'm sure. No, I mean, I don't know. Okay. I mean, it wasn't the year of that Super Bowl for sure, but it's just the year that there's a lot of the same cards. Morton Anderson. Leave that in there. So, and we can get to grading, card grading companies here, probably the next episode or two. You know, the ones we like, the ones we don't like. Who grades, who don't grade. I'll tell you, I don't grade many cards. You know, as a collector and not a reseller, just doesn't make sense to grade them for me. You should just always penny sleeve them and put them in these other slide or one card holders, and hard case holders. And then now they come out with those little magnetic things. You used to do the 4 screw holders. Now they got 1 screw, the magnetic thing. Those are awesome. So the whole grading thing hasn't been a big deal, but I have been sending some in grading occasionally. Jim Kelly. That's a nice one right there. That thing's nice and centered. And fortunately, he did not get winged in that pack like some of those others. So we haven't done a lot of grading. I bought a lot of graded cards because I do like the cards in some of those slabs. And I was seeking certain players, of course, as far as like doing, you know, the whole process of doing sending them in for my own grading wasn't something that really appealed to me. Up until probably the last couple of years when a grader finally hit the market that I trusted, and came with an impeccable background. And I've been sending some in to get graded. Plus, I love their slabs. There's another grader out there. I love their slabs for my PC. They haven't really caught on to the values, but I know they will in time. But for PC, they're just they're phenomenal. So yeah, that's a whole nother topic that we'll discuss when it comes to graded cards. Yeah, they're just loading me up. Loading me up. McMahon again. Ron Stark. Sam. Ron Meyer. Raymond Berry. Boom, another Jimmy Johnson. He's a little off center though. That's okay. Another Steve Young. Whoops. And those two guys go together. That's something else I've noticed. I don't know, maybe other people have noticed. Maybe they haven't. Maybe they have. I feel like I have watched a couple guys' videos, and they caught on to the kabooms, the order, the serial number boxes, and they knew which boxes to buy or which ones to open to make sure, guarantee themselves a kaboom. Herschel Walker. It's a nice card. Yeah, we'll put them over there. Dan Reeves. And so, you know, you kind of can cheat the system that way. But Freddie Joe Nunya. But what I've noticed is that in some of these packs, some of these boxes, when you're opening 30 plus packs at a time, it seems like certain players always get put in the same order. Like an 89-90 Fleer, every single pack I've ever opened, one that had the Jordan with it, the Dave Robinson, was in the same pack, along with a Dan Marley. And there's a fourth guy. There was like 4 cards in every single pack, exactly the same order in those packs. I just always found that, to be to odd in sorts, I guess. It's definitely there's been patterns throughout the history of cards and boxes and stuff like that. But I mean, like really, you're going to put Michael Jordan with Dave Robinson, Dan Marley, all in the same pack throughout the whole, series or every box. Like, you think you put a Jordan in with a, Clyde Drexler or John Stockton or Karl Malone or something once in a while, like spice it up, move them around, but nope. So I'd be interested to hear if anybody's ever opened a Jordan pack and it didn't have a Robinson and a Dan Marley in there with him. If somebody's ever done that, please let me know. That's pretty cool, that patch. Go back and look to see what that patch was for. Just don't think I've noticed that before. Randall Age, Joe Morris, Carl Lee. Old school cards, old school. There we go, spicing it up. Colts Cowboys. Hey, there we go. There's another Marcus Allen. He's got wing to go off center. That's all right. Turn him into a Jerome Brown, Sam Mills. I like old Sam Mills. There we go. Put him down there. Gary Anderson, not the kicker. Turn him into Cup Coasters. Mark Carrier for the Bruce Armstrong. Another John Bosa. Yeah, at some point I'll go back through these and separate all the coaches. Neil Anderson. Nobody there. Man, I should maybe make these a two-part video. There's just so many packs, and I don't know. I feel like I'm just slower than most people I watch opening. I mean, their video's like 5 minutes, and they just open a ton of packs, just ripping through them. Oh, come on now. Gary Zimmerman. It's classic. Classic looking card. Buddy Ryan. Albert Lewis. Moving right along here. I know I'm gonna do what I complain about. Try not to get the fingerprints on there. We're gonna try to speed this up. There's nobody in there. NFL fan kit, photo, stat card, Super Bowl collectibles, extra point game piece, bonus. Win a Super Bowl trip. Yeah, right. Got me every time. And you know, I mean, that's so off cut. I don't know, I know they're running through so fast, but man, you know, as many cards as they print, the machines, I mean, really, you think it'd be down to an art, a fine science. They would never have a miscut card. The Herschel Walker. But Nope. They just miscut the shit out of them. Oh, there we go. Jerry Rice. He's off center. Nice card though. Nice, nice, nice. We'll do a recap here after a bit. Jerry, how you been, buddy? Oh yeah, oh Carl. He was always a heavy hitter. You know, on some of these old cards, you know, you can kind of put your fingers on there and not get too many fingerprints on them, but some of this newer stuff, I mean, you just look at it wrong and whoop, take your fingerprint. Sure, you can rub them off, but I've bought so many cards and they show up and they've got some guy's big old fat thumb right on the helmet of my favorite player or on the face. I'm just like, gosh dang, dude. Like, you know, wipe that shit down before you put it up for sale. Or just don't touch it to begin with. Another Marquis Allen. I hadn't been a single good centered one out of a Sam Mills again. We're gonna leave him in there. Mark Carrier, Bruce, another John Bosa. They're a little off. Yeah, we're about halfway through the box. Heck yeah. Tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the John Elway. Looking for a Montana. I got the Jerry Rice. I'd like to get a little better center Jerry Rice. But the Montana is what I'm really hoping to get out of here. And an Elway. An LT would be nice. But, well, there's another Marcus. Every single one of them is off. That's just the way his card is. It's just the way it's gonna be. It's just the way it's gonna be. But I want the Joe Montana and the John Elway. That's what I'm really looking for here. I'm gonna get this fat stack moved over here so we can start a new stack. This is one of those cards I picked up at the little local card show the other day. OT Law. 35 out of 35. Couldn't pass it up, guys. Couldn't pass it up. Made the wife proud with that one. Had to use my son as a distraction to run that puppy by her into the office here. Man, I've opened several of these boxes, and this is probably the worst off-center box I've ever opened out of these. Nice Jim Kelly. It's another nice Jim Kelly. I was just thinking about Jim Kelly yesterday, and Fran Tarkenton. Jim Kelly was one of the best quarterbacks. And that poor guy never could win a Super Bowl. Went to 4 and lost all 4. I mean, talk about gut-wrenching heartache to know you got there 4 damn times and could not bring one single bowl home. I mean, man. And old Fran Tarkenton. The Vikings went 4 times in the 70s. 70, 1970, 74, 75, and 78, I believe. Could be 77. But anyway, they went 4 times. Fran was the QB for the last 3 times. And again, they never won a single bowl. I mean, talk about making it to the Olympics and falling face first on your first event and knocking yourself out of competition for the rest of the competition the entire time. I mean, oh, John Taylor. Jim Kelly's, he had a sick kid for the longest time. Always felt for the guy. And he just, I don't know, watched a lot of interviews with him, did a lot for kids, you know, had a sick kid himself. Just seemed like there's one guy I never met. Seemed like a stand-up dude. And I always felt bad for the guy. You know, some people could say Dan Marino might be another one, but I mean, Dan didn't go 4 times. Almost in a row, Jim Kelly went. And lost, let's see, lost at least 2 of them to field goals. Which, I don't know, if I'm not mistaken, they kept that same kicker through all 4 Super Bowls, and that guy lost 2 of them. I mean, nowadays, that shit would not fly. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. There's just no way. Not in today's, you know, dog-eat-dog world in the leagues. Too much money riding on the line nowadays. It's like you miss 2 field goals, not even in the Super Bowl, and you done. Greg Heyward, it's a nice card. Oh, Roger Craig. Little off center. Little off center there. Oh, you're a little off there, Roger. A little off. Another Rod Woodson. Art Still. Another Greg Heyward. Heck, there's 2 of them in that one pack. Old Greggy Greg. Both look nice. Feeding the addiction, people. Feed it. Buy those packs and let's just rip them. Let's rip that shit wide open. Tim McGee. Gary Anderson. No, Johnson. Got a bunch of wingers there again. It's like a bag of chips, barely full. So much wrapper. Not enough cards. Super Bowl. I've never seen that card before. Let's see here. Oh, shit the bed, fellas. Phil Simms. Nice looking card right there. I like old Philly Phil. That guy was a Super Bowl winner. Sleeve him up. Wrap him up. Neat. It's a good image. The color of these cards always took me. Just love the color of them. You know, little pinstripes here. What do you want to call the sideways pinstripes? Just very, you know, shit. Every one of these cards is a dang parallel. These colors they got in this series. I mean, hell. Oh, what the heck? There we go. Oh, Ricky Jackson. Oh, there we go. Another Jerry Rice. Another Jerry Rice. Oops, hit my damn camera. Sorry there, guys. Sorry. I like that one. Little off. Little off, but that's okay. As always, we'll take it. Take that to the bank. Bill Parcells again. Man, I love opening these packs. I'm telling you, I'm so enduranced. There was a pack ripping competition. I can give anybody out there a run for their damn money. Sit here and rip some damn packs now. Make this an Olympic event. I got you a gold medal material right here. Randall McDaniel. I mean, my fingers are conditioned like none other. It's all on the wrist. Rip them open. It's like Christmas every day. Bill Bates, Tim McDonald, Lewis, Norm Johnson, old Morton Anderson again. Got a little corner winger, Tim McGee. It's a shame. Charles Haley, Carlos Carson. No Joe Montana yet, or John Elway. That's it'll be a little disheartening not to get either one of those guys as so much as one, just one of them. That's all I ask. Dalton Hilliard, Clay Matthews. Old Phil Simms again. I mean, man, it's a good thing. Got, see, we got Phil Simms. We've yet to get an LT. I mean, surely there's got to be one Cool Joe in here somewhere and one Elway. We got the Dan Marino. We've got the Steve Young. Oh, another Phil Simms. I don't know, fellas. We're getting close to the end here. I don't know if you guys seen that. I'm trying to think who had it. Maybe I'll drop a link or something in there. Joe Montana had opened some cards and like got to pull himself. Trying to remember, I have to go back and watch it. Gosh dang. But it was kind of a neat card or whatever. And got to pull himself. Oh, it was his rookie card. He pulled his own rookie card out of an unopened box of 1981. That's what it was. He pulled his own rookie card out of a sealed box. I'd love to get my hands on one of those boxes. I've got a ton of Joe Montana rookie cards, but to actually have an unopened box and pull a card, pull the rookie, I'm talking that's next level. And the man pulled himself. How cool. Super cool. Dan Marino. I mean, man, that's another nice one. That was better. Pretty sure that's better than the first one. Pet detective actor right there. Ace Ventura in the house. Ace, do you got another stick of that gum? Old Dan Marino. Alrighty. Come on. Joe Nash. Mark Jackson, Brian Noble, Brandon Campbell, Ray Perkins. Move this fat stack over. Gotta have some faith. Getting slim in the box here. Walking the green mile here. I feel like I'm searching for Chemlite batteries in these packs. I'm getting nowhere. Old Philly. We'll go that route. Yeah, we can go that route. If that's what you want to do. You can do that. Get it out of here. Oh, we got some green border cards in here. The Montana card is a green border. Oh, another Dan Marino. Again, nice looking card. What you looking at? Jim McMahon, Ron Stark. Got plenty of him. Oh, no, that's Dan Marino. That crap is that right there. Not good, not good. Edging. Got him on the edging. Got an edger here on aisle 6. Not good, not good. Come on, Montana. Where you at, buddy? John Hand. Icky Woods. Daniel Hackett. Art Monk. Thurman Thomas. Wasn't really looking for him, but I'm glad we got him. He's kind of pretty off center there. Another underrated running back, you know. I mean, how lucky have we been to witness some of the players that have come through this league, though? You know, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. He might not Smith. You know, unfortunately, Barry left the league too soon as well. I wish that guy could have had another shot somewhere else. I think he would have done much more. His career was just so far from being over. And, you know, he had a biography a while back. I watched it. Excellent, like so many of them. And same thing, that guy's just such down-to-earth dude. Such a just good dude. Phenomenal athlete. Unfortunately, it was one of those situations he couldn't please his father, it seemed like. Not even at his Hall of Fame induction. But hey, it is what it is. Love Barry Sanders. Of course, Emmitt Smith, you know, no slouch. And Thurman Thomas, same thing. You know, those guys, 3 of the all-time greats in those eras. So fun to watch, so fun to watch. Last pack here, guys. So, this is it. Coming to a close right here. And let's see if it's a bust or a payday. I'm just kidding. Shit, this has been so much fun. Every pack open's been a payday for me. Hell yes. Love me some Bam Bo Jackson. Now, I've got a ton of him. That's why I'm really wanting this Montana. But I will take a Bo Nose card any damn day of the week. Any damn day of the week. Bo Jackson. Same thing. Another guy's career that ended too quick. He had a whole lot left to give. It's unfortunate. It's off center. Love him. Love the card. Keith Jackson. Pat Swilling. And I know I did not get what I was looking for. Kevin Green. Nice card though. Kevin Green was a good guy. That is it. Call it a day. Empty box. Didn't even get a Boomer Esiason. Got the Jerry Rice though. Get it out of here. Till next time, have a damn good one. Tune in for the next one. Appreciate y'all.